Hello everyone and welcome back to Shelter 2, and we are here with Fordham and her kittens who currently I think things are alright. It's the middle of winter and yeah, I'm not too terribly worried. We were kind of heading back down to this area I think to try and find food. It looks like there are some hares over there, so we're going to be trying to catch some of them, I think. And hopefully we don't trigger an eagle attack, because I know they can show up in this area, and that's definitely a concern. But yeah, we're about... that was me going through the bush. We're about halfway through the raising... wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. I almost couldn't see Stella because she blends in so well. But yeah, I was going to say, we're about halfway through. These guys are just about to become adults, or sub-adults in the spring. They're going to become juveniles, which at least will mean they're safe from predators, and should help quite a lot. I feel like something's going to creep up on us, but I think that's just me being paranoid. But yeah, so we're very near to being to the point where they're going to be a little bit safer and not have to worry about predators at least, but we still have to worry about feeding them, and that oftentimes can be the biggest concern. It's interesting how this game differs from other games in its genre. So for example, with Wolf Quest, it's usually the predators I've found that end up getting my pups in that. But in Shelter 2, it's actually a lot more common to have starvation deaths, and we are not going to catch that hare. Nope. All right, we're just going. Oh, it ran right past us too. We're just going to go ahead and feed this to 2 of the kittens. I think we're going to do it to these. But for the most part, it's the predators that seem to be the biggest threat, whereas here, the predators are a threat, sure, but they're not the biggest problem. Oftentimes, you'll find you're more likely to run out of food than to have a predator take your cubs or your kittens. They can certainly be taken by predators. That certainly has happened to us, but the more constant danger seems to be starvation. And even in Untamed, it's still more predator-focused. I mean, starvation can be a big issue there too, and it can in Wolf Quest. But it just feels like it's a little bit of a different center. Like, that's more what the biggest danger you're going to run into in Shelter 2 is starvation, whereas the predators are the bigger focus in the other 2 games. So it's just kind of interesting how that differs. And I think that's one thing that kind of sets Shelter 2 apart in some ways, is a lot of it's just focused on the sheer survival aspect of it. Now, I do think the predators add quite a lot. I think having mountains really helps the game continue to... It helps add variety to playthroughs, basically, because if you didn't have the mountains threats, then you'd basically be doing the same thing over and over, and the only real threat other than starvation in the base game is the wolves on the tundra, and of course the fog and stuff. But the mountains DLC is where you get the foxes, it's where you get the eagles. I don't know why I just stopped. I hope my keyboard's not dying. But it's where you get the foxes, it's where you get the eagles, it's where you get... oh no. Oh, we got him. He ran the wrong way. That worked out for us. But yeah, the foxes are from the DLC, the eagles are from the DLC, the bears are from the DLC, fires are from the DLC. There's a lot of content, honestly, almost more content in the DLC than in the base game. So I definitely recommend getting the base game first. Not necessarily that you should never buy them together, but if you're curious about whether you would like it or not, just try to get a feel for the basic gameplay, and if you like that as a whole, then go ahead and get the full game. But the DLC definitely adds a lot to it, because it introduces most of the major threats that we've had to deal with here, other than starvation. It really is the biggest issue in the main game, is the risk of your kittens starving to death here. Let's see if we can catch this one. We keep just managing to get one at a time, so... I'm always worried, too, that I'm going to turn around and just see a fox right there, and there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it. That has happened before, and it's left me with kind of an eternal paranoia here. Also, I just love the little details. Like, even just then I saw Fordham kind of... it almost looked more like a yawn. Maybe she was vocalizing, but it almost seemed more like a yawn than anything else. And I left the little details, such as like if we vocalize now, then it makes that kind of her noise, and if we vocalize and there's danger near, then it'll give us that hissing sound. Instead, she'll hiss rather than just kind of grunting at them. And just the little details like that really have add so much to the game, because it's the little things where you can kind of tell what's going on, and that, I think, helps to solve a problem that I've noticed a lot of games in this genre naturally have. And that's one of the differences. Okay, now it looked very pale all of a sudden, and I know I did this, but I didn't remember it being so gray. Okay, I'm gonna call these guys closer again. But it's something that it helps to kind of solve a problem that a lot of games in this genre have, and that's the fact that when you have a real animal, of course, it has access to all its senses. It can see, it can hear, it can smell. And in the game, we can smell when we do this, sort of. We can we can hear things sometimes to some degree, but we don't have the same level of being able to recognize what those sounds are, where they're coming from, just that a real animal would have. And even our sight is a little bit more limited, because a lot of the time animals have very, they're, oh goodness, I was like, we're missing one, but we're okay. But even our sight, we're going to see the world differently. They're going to be designed to see things in a way that's going to give them the information they need to navigate their world, and that's just going to be different for us. So the way they see would filter out a lot of irrelevant input, probably, and focus on the important things. It's going to be tuned to that. That's why a lot of animals don't see in all the colors that we see. They just don't need to. They only need to be able to see in certain colors. Oh no, I missed one. All right, here we go. We're trying to get this guy too. There we are. But they just don't need that. The colors that they see in are going to be the ones that are important to them, and maybe the rest of the eye we focus more on something like seeing well at night, whereas we have more colors that we can see well, but we don't see as well in the dark. It's one of the differences in one of the biological differences, basically, between a lot of animals and humans and whatnot. But that puts us as a disadvantage in this, because, okay, so yes, there's an audio cue when a fox is sneaking up on you. It lets you know, but if you're not listening carefully, you could easily miss that. And if you're not super, I think even if you are super focused on it, in a lot of cases you can't tell specifically where that sound is coming from, whereas a real lynx would be able to hear that sound, identify it, and pinpoint it, and not just know, okay, there's something here that I need to be aware of, but to kind of know more of where that sound is coming from. We're just not designed to do that as well. And so that's one big problem that a lot of games face, I think, is trying to replicate that in a way that's going to be human readable, because when it comes down to it, yeah, I'm not a lynx. I don't actually have the finely tuned senses that they need to survive, and so in a game where I'm playing as a lynx, I'm going to be at a disadvantage. Now, I think that hissing is one thing that they really did to help with that problem really well, because it's an additional warning, and even with the sense of smell, I can activate it by clicking, but with a lynx, that's just constantly there. They're going to be able to sniff around and passively run across a scent. They aren't going to have to switch their brain into scent mode. They're going to be walking and they're going to smell something all of a sudden, go, oh, what's that smell? And it's going to give them more information about the environment. And so that's an eternal struggle to represent that in games. But having them be able to hiss like that, oh no, no, okay, we're not out of it. Nope, we're not out of this yet. We still have a chance. And we got it. Okay, I'm going to go back this way, and we'll try to drop these fairly close together. But having that hiss there kind of adds an extra layer to it, because that's something then that the lynx can communicate and let you know that maybe something's going on that you're not aware of. it just adds an extra little bit of depth there that I think is a good way of handling. Oh, no, I didn't mean to pick up. Sorry, I just was trying to test that out and make sure there's nothing around, because it's actually a good idea to continue to vocalize like that, and it also kind of gives you an audio check as to where your kittens are, but that's like a cool detail and a cool way of helping get around that problem in some ways, and it's one of the things I really like about this game. I think they did handle it quite well, and it just really adds to both the immersion, but at the same time it gives the player additional info that they might not otherwise have. So I really like how they handle it. Why are we too short? Okay, they're just a little farther back. There we go. They should be fine. I think it's your turn. I don't really remember. We've caught 2 in a row for a while here. That's just the cold. See, I'm still getting used to that. I'm not used to the cold making that sound, and so, like, I used to get really jumpy over that, and a lot of you guys would go, oh, Jay, that's just the cold. Well, the thing is, we don't have cold like that where I live. The cold does not make sounds, and it took me a while to identify that literally that has a sound. I'm just not... It's not cold enough where I live for that to happen. Now, what we have is heat waves that are so hot that the vision, that your vision will change, that you'll be able to see the heat rising off the ground in waves, and that's what we have here. But we don't have the cold making sounds. That's not how the desert works. I mean, okay, technically there are cold deserts, but that's not how hot deserts work. That's not how the desert that I live in works. We don't have cold that's that severe out here. So it took me a little bit to get used to that, because I would always think, oh my gosh, it's a fox. But really it's not necessarily. It sometimes just is the cold. And it's just such a strange sound for me to hear. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of hairs right here. Oh, there's a piebald one. For no particular reason I want it. Holy no! Okay, everybody stay close. Okay. I'm glad I stopped now. Everybody get over here. And so you can see she hisses. 1, 2, 3. Where? Okay, 4. Okay. My heart is racing. Alright, we're gonna get attacked. Gonna come down this way. Alright, jump. There we go. Holy stinking moly. Okay. Oh, they went off to eat. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. They went right off to eat. That's the thing that scares me about this game. Oh my goodness, the eagles are terrifying. Like, with the fox, often they'll follow you for a while, though in this case it's probably good it wasn't a fox, because the fox would have just run in and grabbed a kitten, and there would have been little I could have done about it. But holy smokes. Oh my goodness, this game sometimes... It can be scary. I really like it, but it can be scary. So, I'm glad they give you such a visible warning for the eagle, and you do have some time. It always will circle once before coming in like that. But, nevertheless, that was terrifying. That, I literally jumped, you guys. I know I don't have a camera or anything, but I literally jumped when that happened. Okay, let's drop it. Nope. Oh, we didn't. We kind of just crashed right into the bush there. There's a rock in there, apparently. Oh, but we found a leaf, at least. Alright, I don't know who got it. I didn't see. I think it looks like... So, this is Petram and Ignis, so it looks like it was the other 2 who got it. So we'll have to try and remember that. And I don't know if I got it in there. I don't think I did. But somewhere in there, that's fine. We'll keep moving. I don't really like these woods too much because I still get a little paranoid, even though... Oh, there's... What the... Oh my goodness, what is that sound? Why does that sound play sometimes when this shows up? This is not the first time this has happened. It's just like a major psych out. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, spring is here. It came in with a lion's roar, I guess. That's what they... Isn't that what they say? March comes in like a lion, out like a lamb, or something like that. There's a saying that I'm probably not getting right here. There's something like that, basically. And the end of winter is a little bit fierce. And it certainly seems like it was. It's like it plays the eagle wing sound effect there, but these guys are now more grown up. Oh, we scared the hare that was right there, but that's okay. And they shouldn't at least be in any threat from eagles anymore. Or from foxes, for that matter. I'm not sure which scares me most, honestly. They're both equally terrible in their own ways. They're just different kinds of terrible. Alright, there we go. And somewhere through here, there's another hare. Oh, we got him right there. Alright, let's go ahead and drop this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody's here. And I think we're alright. It's a very dark summertime, or dark springtime here, and I'm not quite used to that, I think. It makes me a little bit leery whenever it's kind of a darker coloration, but that's just how this area is, I think. We get used to the tundra, and it's not a super dark. I believe the tundra is where it's not super dark, but nevertheless, it is just a little bit darker here naturally, and that doesn't necessarily mean anything bad is going to happen. It just kind of is how it is. It doesn't stop me from being freaked out, though. I see hares up ahead, so we're going to head towards those and try to hunt them. And these guys definitely are a lot safer now that they're older. We just probably have to feed them more. In fact, I'm pretty sure we do. It seems like they do start to need more food as they get older, which it makes sense. For growing cubs, they're going to need more food as they get older. But nevertheless, I'm really not sure which does scare me more. I know both the eagles and the foxes can be really scary. Oh, there's actually a dark one right there too. I didn't even see it. Alright, right up ahead. Oh, I almost got him. Oh, come on. We're close, we're close. No, we just missed him and he doubled back too. Okay, I don't know. Is that, I think that was Petram went back for it. Petram seems to be quite a hungry one, perhaps. Did they all run back to get it? No. Oh, they did. He was starting to eat it, but then decided not to. So that's all right. But we'll go ahead and grab the skull there. We just need to let our stamina replenish here. Oh, this one's still, I say as I say we need to let our stamina replenish. This guy's still running around here. Maybe we can still snag him. Nope. Not if I get stuck. That's not how this works. Are we gonna get him? You know, I think he's just a little too cunning. Yeah, he escaped there. But yeah, I don't know what's worse, the fox silently stalking you, or the eagle just screaming out of freaking nowhere and suddenly being right on top of you with no warning at all. I mean, I guess you do get warning, it's a very jarring warning, and so half of your get ready time is spent just trying to get yourself to breathe again after that startling little episode there. So let's see, it looks like we've got one up ahead. I'm gonna try and feed that to the others. I'm a little worried because we're not catching all that much food. Oh, we do have two. Okay, we've got several here actually. All right, oh, we might be able to do this. 1 and 2. There we go. I like to feed them all at once whenever possible. It just makes things a lot easier, and it ensures that everyone gets an equal amount of food. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. We will let them all eat and then try to hunt again. There's another hare right over there. There's a few in this area, but we'll go ahead. I will gather that one up. We'll go ahead and gather this up as well. Continue adding to our collectible stash. And we're gonna have like an insane number of skulls at this point. We actually have collected way more than what it shows, because at one point I did lose the data for the collectibles, or at least part of it. I lost a season's worth of data for that. So I think it's you guys. What's going on? What were you running off to do? I think Ignis there was running off to go hunt, maybe. But these guys all, I think, are hungry. So, let's get... Oh, no, we missed it. Oh, no, but we missed it. But Umbra got it. Oh, and there's another one. We can get another there. That worked out. Umbra, I think, ate. So, I'm going to give you this one because you seem a little bit hungrier. And now we can stalk, and we should be able to hopefully catch some of these hares as well. There's like a perfect spot to oh no there's like a perfect point in time when you want to go ahead and chase them so that you have the minimum distance that they get a head start on you, and I think we just about nailed it that time, so that was really nice. But so far so good. We have found plenty of food once again. This side always seems to have a fair amount, so this is probably the better place to hang out for now. But I think it is getting close to the end of the episode, so is that... No, that's just the skeleton. I thought there was another collectible right there, but not, unfortunately. Oh, who got that? That was, again, Umbra. Wow. Umbra is getting to be quite the hunter. Oh my goodness. And it looks like Stella has stolen that one. That's all right. I didn't really care who got to eat it at that point because, wait a second. Guys, is it getting dark? It's saving. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think I'm just a little bit paranoid. But we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here for today because it is about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.